Just to make explicit what Will just did, one of the things that we often invite in terms of Zoom fatigue is acknowledging the fact that there is lots of humanity that is lost in translation when we teleport through this black hole, which somebody pointed out to me at one point, that your camera is actually a black hole, which is kind of interesting and useful to think about in that way, because sometimes you may have noticed that it feels like it sucks all your energy in. So one of the things I invite when people are leading anything on Zoom is to be explicit and deliberate about asking for energy back, asking for feedback back. This was several months ago now, though, with 50 CEOs, and got intensely Zoom bombed. It was quite unpleasant. But we had a nice time. We all clapped for the Zoom bomber, said thanks for coming and visiting us, have a nice day, and said goodbye. So anyhow, the invitation here and the tool is to invite people's visual feedback, right? So if I'm in person facilitating, I'm oftentimes saying something like, okay, if you resonate with that, like make some sort of sound on the table or with your hands. On Zoom, I'm saying, give me a 5 on a scale of 1 to 5. How are you doing right now? Right? And so very quickly in gallery view, I can get a little pulse of how the group is doing. I might do an awkward meter of like, how are those breakouts on a scale of like maximally awkward, I wish they never happened again, to like, ooh, that was really, really nice. I could have settled in with that group for another 20 minutes. Right? So a little like meter here. Thumbometer, very formal assessment I developed in grad school, right? On a spectrum of doing super well to not. And it's amazing how, even though we're all in little Brady Bunch style gallery view, how much that, how useful that can be. And so typically from a group, and so actually let's do this right now. If you've already got like at least one little nugget or a nuanced idea that you want to take with you after this meeting and put to use in some way, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me like a maybe it's coming, right? Beautiful. So for me, I think our own harshest critic, yourself, starts to creep in and be like, I don't know if people are getting value out of this. I don't know if people are liking this. It's awfully quiet in here, right? And so that voice starts to creep in. So I would say every handful of minutes, if you're not getting some sort of feedback in the chat, visually on video, in some format, some way, shape, or form, then you are losing out. Another way to get some feedback is to turn on the lights. And what I mean by that is if I say, Leslie and Annie, oh my gosh, it's good to see you. How is Minnesota? Hi, Kit, Mary Ellen, Kristen, Nancy, I'm super glad you're here. Jennifer, Kelsey, Stephanie, Mary Beth, right? We're trained, our brains are wired to hear our names and turn on. It's the reason that you can be at a party and 80 people can be around you talking, but the second somebody says Leo, your brain's like, ooh, and you kind of start turn on a little bit. Right, so using people's names to reach through, it's just one of the ways that you can reach through the screen and bring them into the same space as you. To say, I see you, and maybe even in what we're about to do, I hear you.